Youth working to advance climate justice in Canada face many barriers. They are under-resourced, underrepresented in policy-making processes, and have to navigate eco-grief and media censorship in an increasingly polarized world. To help face these challenges together, in 2025, the Canadian climate justice nonprofit Shake Up the Establishment created the Infiltrate the System Network, or the ITS Network.
I think we've reached a point where Gen Z have finally come of age. I think we've always been a very socially conscious generation, and we've always had the will to go ahead and make social change. But now, for the first time in our lifetime, we've reached a point where we have the social capital, we have the political capital, we have the financial capital to actually take the kind of action that we've always wanted to. So now what we're seeing across the country, right, are these grassroots hubs of activity pop up. Many of it is youth-led, many of it is Gen Z-led. So I like to think of it as the sky, and these little hubs of actions are like stars. We're seeing more and more stars being born. So now what's missing is the person or the organization, or in this case, ITS, being the astronomer that goes ahead and links all these stars together into a constellation.
The ITS network strives to help youth-led climate justice work flourish. We promote resource sharing by encouraging peer-to-peer sharing of skills and knowledges. We also create spaces for youth to gather and strategize ways to collaborate and advance nonpartisan policy solutions that strengthen community resilience.
When I first heard about the ITS network, I was really excited, I feel like, first off. In the climate youth space in particular, often there's just a feeling of like we're competing for a lot of small resources, the same resources, the feeling that sometimes we end up replicating work just because we're so disparate in our own silos, trying to get the thing done, which again comes from a good place and wanting to make the world a better place, but can be really tricky when, again, we could all work stronger together. So hearing about ITS and kind of the idea behind it really seems like a beautiful space for us to convene the youth climate movement, to be able to share some of the resources and connections that we have and really focus on moving forward with a more collective view of how we can support each other as a larger movement rather than just being smaller organizations or individuals within it.
I think with ITS, what we're really hoping to do is something that is really needed in Canada. So many stakeholder consultations and discussions have taken place that we need to create a stronger grassroots. And that's what we're setting out to do. We achieve that by creating gathering spaces, by creating communication networks. And if you could think about it like a phone tree, we want to be able to activate anytime we need to mobilize for a policy intervention across the country. We want to keep everything moving in the direction of progress towards climate justice. My hope for the climate justice movement is that we keep seeing the seeds that we plant today bloom in the near future. We see that we can keep moving forward. And I think by working together, we can streamline that process. We can really make sure that politicians and decision makers are held accountable for that progress. And we can make sure that the public is educated on ways to access these spaces where these decisions are being made. So I think in a nutshell, what I hope to see is stronger communities that can hold accountability for progress. And I really want to see us working together, not reinventing the wheel, finding authentic ways to collaborate in deep relations with people, lands, and communities that need us to protect them.
In June 2025, Shake Up the Establishment hosted the ITS Network's first in-person gathering event. The 4-day event was filled with skills-based workshops, educational activities, strategizing for policy interventions, interdisciplinary collaborations, solutions brainstorming, and, of course, connecting and being in community with one another.
So collective action is about everyone coming together regardless of their different skills and expertise and contributing to the movement and bringing their whole selves to that space. So what is really powerful about collective action is people feel less alone in the movement. It brings a sense of hope and togetherness. And ultimately that's what helps sustain this work, is when we feel like we're a part of something larger than ourselves.
The ITS Network is creating opportunities for young people to help increase civic engagement and strengthen grassroots movement. To learn more about the ITS network and how you can get involved, visit shakeuptheestab.org/ITS.